Hey mamas, it's Father's Day this weekend, a time to celebrate your partner in parenting and show him just how much you care. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you what I think is one of the best Father's Day gifts you can give him. And it's not a set of barbecue tools or a cheeky erotic favor, but it is something he truly desires and deserves from you. Now, there is nothing that makes me fall more deeply in love with my husband than watching him in action as the father of our kids. Just as I became more of a woman through motherhood, he has become even more of an amazing man through fatherhood. His style is both masculine and tender, playful and sensitive, and he's truly an amazing dad. Yet, as much as I love and adore my husband and his hands-on approach to parenting, I've also become acutely aware of a particular irritation it stirs in me. I like to call it daddy style. Don't let the playful connotation fool you. Daddy style is the unique and often maddening way in which he does things as a father. Simply put, daddy style is doing things his way, not mine. I'm sure you can immediately relate to this idea. For example, he offers to take on bedtimes, but gets the kids in bed an hour late after 17 books, 4 glasses of water, 3 trips to the bathroom, 2 extra cookies on a school night. Or he coaxes our picky eater out of a dinner time tantrum by teaching her to throw her food in the air and catch it in her mouth, which sends my "will she start choking" and "why are you teaching her bad manners" irritation into high gear. Or he gives them a bath and floods the floor while also forgetting to wash the shampoo out of their hair. I'm sure some of these things sound familiar, and also that you have your own list of unique daddy style examples that drive you crazy and cause you to feel more irritated with him and maybe even less attracted to him. And that's a problem because none of these daddy style examples are life and death situations, nor are they directed as some sort of personal attack on me or you. They're examples of our partners being awesome, playful dads, connecting with the kids while also offering us a helping hand and giving us a much needed break. So then why does daddy style irritate and annoy us to no end? I think the reason is simple. Us moms can be a little bit control freaky, and that's because controlling the way things are done provides us with a sense of order in our chaotic lives. But on the flip side, it means that if things aren't done our way, then we think they're being done the wrong way. And then we can't help ourselves and we start hovering and criticizing and nagging and saying things like, "never mind, I'll just do it myself." And then we reject the help they're offering while also shortchanging our kids from enjoying their time with daddy. And so, as you can probably imagine, or perhaps are already experiencing, this lack of acceptance of daddy style can create a rather unpleasant dynamic within your relationship. And if you don't invest a little bit of time in shifting this dynamic now, you may be creating a terrible domino effect where you micromanage and criticize the way your partner does things so much that they begin to doubt themselves. And then in order to avoid being criticized, they come back to you and ask you how to do things, which only leads you to being more annoyed because then you're still involved in the task and not getting the full pass off or free time you desire. And so, simply put, your resistance to accept and appreciate daddy style only leads to frustration and resentment and distance instead of attraction, connection, and having fun together. And it's also really bad for your sex life because how can either one of you feel turned on after you've just criticized how he bathed the kids? You can't. It's impossible to feel both irritation and attraction at the same time. So, if you want to nurture a happy, satisfying partnership full of attraction and intimacy, then your criticism of his daddy style has to stop. Think of this like preventative medicine for your relationship. If you work on this now, there won't be an avalanche of anger coming at you from your partner when they've finally had enough of being micromanaged and criticized by you. Nobody wants the avalanche. I was on the receiving end of the "let me parent how I want to parent" anger avalanche from my husband, and it wasn't pretty. It was a good wake-up call for me, but it wasn't pretty. So let's bring this full circle back to this Father's Day gift idea, and let's use this holiday as an opportunity to change that dynamic and give your partner a gift that keeps on giving. This Father's Day, I want you to give the gift of appreciating and accepting his unique daddy style. And what that means is you give him the freedom to parent in his own individual way. And even more importantly, it means you compliment him on his unique daddy style instead of nagging or criticizing him, even if the diaper's on backwards and the kitchen is an explosive mess after he cooks with the kids. Because why stay in frustration when you could be in gratitude? Why be critical when you could be showing your appreciation? And why hover over him when you could be enjoying a moment of free time? This shift you'll make will feel really good for you too. And the truth about dads is that just like us, they crave respect and they want to feel appreciated. And when you tone down the criticism and up the appreciation, you're going to create room for attraction and romance and connection. And when you show your affections and welcome their help without judgment, they will become inspired to try harder and do more for you. And I know that's something we all want. So, in the interest of helping you learn to love Daddy style this Father's Day and beyond, I want to share one tip to practice to reduce your frustration, avoid criticizing, and increase your acceptance of the fact that he's always going to do things a little bit differently. What you want to do is this. When you ask for help and Daddy steps up, I want you to let out the phrase, "Woo, it's Daddy style." Saying this out loud will make you smile and call attention to the fact that you are about to receive the help you requested, but on his terms. Whenever you ask for help, remember that you can't have it both ways. You can't expect him to help you and have him do it exactly the way you want him to. So do not offer a 31-point checklist on how he should bathe, play, or feed the children. Bite your tongue and let him get on with it. Make a concerted effort to step away, to avoid hovering, and to avoid listening in on how things are going from the next room. Now, he may make a huge mess, and you might not like what I'm gonna say next, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It doesn't matter if you wind up being the one to clean up his daddy style mess. Yes, cleaning up his mess is a pain in the ass, but I want you to dial down your irritation, especially since you're working on improving your libido and romantic life together. If you weren't, you wouldn't be watching this video. Because remember, irritation is the opposite of attraction. Say it with me. Irritation is the opposite of attraction. So do yourself a favor and just chill out in that moment. Instead of huffing and puffing and muttering obscenities under your breath as you tidy up his aftermath, try repeating to yourself, I love him, I appreciate him, I love Daddy style. I love him, I appreciate him, I love Daddy style. This may feel silly at first, but this little mantra does wonders to soften your anger and redirect your focus to the positive. In helping you, he freed up your time to video chat with your mom or pop out with a friend for a glass of wine, right? It's a good thing. I'm not saying you have to love the mess he made or love that the kids are bouncing off the walls after his just before bedtime wrestling match. I'm saying I want you to hold back from criticizing him in the moment and instead dig deep to find your appreciation for him first. Because guess what? Appreciation is a very close friend of attraction. So take a minute to acknowledge his daddy style instead. You could say, wow, the kids had so much fun with you. Thank you for giving me that break. Compliment him, build him up, and say thank you. I'm telling you, life is too short and marriage is too long to obsess and fight over the small differences in how you do things. So this Father's Day, tell him what you're giving him. Tell him you're gonna make a concerted effort to love his daddy style more and more and to criticize and nag him less and less. And tell him you're doing so in an effort to feel more attracted to him and as part of your bigger journey to reawaken your libido and romantic connection after kids. I'm telling you, add that last bit on and watch him help out more and more and more. When you stop thinking that your way is best and you start finding the beauty and the value in his daddy style ways, I promise you it's gonna create more room for romance with the man that you fell in love with. Okay, I'm wishing your man and mine a very happy Father's Day and wishing you good luck in learning to love daddy style more and more. And as always, I wanna know what you think. What are some of the ways your partner's daddy style drives you crazy? And what happened when you tried out this practice of asking for help and celebrating daddy style instead of criticizing it? Leave a comment and share your stories with us, please. And also be sure to go to my website, danabmyers.com, and sign up for more tools and resources to become a more satisfied mama and reignite your relationship after kids.